This is the old 77 podcast. Hey, bitches.
Thank you for listening to the old 77 podcast.
Eagles stink. Fucking asshole, motherfucker. You fucking asshole. Hope you smash that fucking truck and Who are you?
Hey, bitches. This is old 77 podcast.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
Well, I told you we were going to have fun.
Warning. Foul language may occur due to the subject matter.
We're kings! Kings of the fucking world!
Become a subscriber at patreon.com/the old77podcast. Subscribers get bonus content and early access to episodes. Find out more at patreon.com/the old77podcast. Thanks for listening.
Fucking asshole. Fucking asshole.
First thing I do is I say, would you look at this?
Shout out to my dad. Happy 78th birthday, Dad. That was my dad cursing up a storm. Welcome back to the old 77. It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world. Hello, fellas. That was really
Hello,
hot right there.
Scotty.
Was that me that was hot?
No, that was me.
Okay. I'm all confused because we're in different spots now. I don't know what to do.
And somebody just turned my headphones down.
The way the light shines upon your face from this angle I've never seen before.
We have a guest.
Yeah, if you're wondering who the hell that was, Jett is in the house tonight.
Friend of the show, Jett Ainsworth.
Yes. Hello, Jett. How are you?
They're Roberts tonight.
Yeah, what is it?
I think it's Ainsworth these days, right?
It is.
Yeah.
You know, Jett's good.
Jett's fine.
Jett's good.
Just Jett. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, Jett's good, man. I'm so good now. Thanks for letting me hang 3 hours prior to the show.
Dude, no problem at all.
Take care of our guest.
Heck yeah, we do.
Big shout outs to some of our folks out there today. My boy Joey Caputa. Let's see, JP, Eric Maymert. Shout out to Courtney.
What's up,
Angel,
Courtney?
Roger's powering through the latest episodes. He texted me the other day.
That's our marathon man.
Danielle Brower, she's liking our stuff tonight, and a bunch of podcasts. I want to just say this one. We put up a post up on Instagram today, and this guy has
It's a lot of weed.
who the hell knows how much weed that is, but it says 3 words, and we had a bunch of podcasts
Tons, man.
comment on it, and we want to thank you guys for interacting with us and being part of this. We listen back to you guys, and we just want to appreciate all of you. And we're going to keep doing this thing until we get bored of it. So, and that's not
happening anytime soon.
Not anytime soon.
Hasn't happened yet. Do we know what the source of that picture is, Maddie? Where it came from?
I don't know, man. I just saw it, and I was like, that's got to go up on our Instagram.
Makes me wonder, like, if it's at that government weed. You know what I mean? You guys know about the government weed?
No, man. Tell us what's government weed?
I believe there's only one place in the United States of America that is allowed to grow weed for like governmental research purposes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's I think it's in either Alabama or Mississippi, but the weed that they grow there is like notoriously just awful. It's very, very bad weed. The weed in that bag looks
stimmy.
Well,
stimmy.
Maybe, but it still looks better than a government weed that I've seen.
What it looks like is a giant, like,
we're having this conversation.
2,000-pound bag of shake.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna go probably like 2 pounds there, maybe.
Right, that looks like your best friend's little brother showed up with a garbage bag. Look what I got, guys.
I got this from the street corner.
Have you seen the picture, Jett?
On 5th and Chapit.
I haven't.
Okay, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
This shit's oregano, dog.
right.
And it gets high. It's not getting me high at all.
It couldn't be any worse than the stuff I had in 4th grade.
4th grade.
Yeah.
You were smoking in 4th grade?
I don't know, man.
Pencil
Are you
sharpening.
the cops?
I was smoking pencil sharpenings back in the day, man.
Selling pencil shavings and ground up Smarties.
It's a big bag, isn't it?
Mm.
I think. Whoa.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
It's a big.
Oh, man.
So in 3 weeks, I think, is it 3 weeks? Is Halloween, and we have a Halloween show coming up. If you have experiences of the paranormal, any kind of UFO sighting or anything that's creepy, like someone following you home in a car or whatever, DM us. you don't even have to tell us your name. Well, we'll see your name, but if you want
be
to
anonymous,
if you want to keep anonymous, then
Tell
that's
us you want
fine.
anonymous.
But we want to know. We have some story. We have some stuff already. We have someone from England who messaged us.
Yep.
Someone local. Also a person, I believe, in Massachusetts.
I think there was a couple from Massachusetts. If I think about it.
But
yeah, we've gotten several of them already.
But it's cool that someone from England messaged us. I mean, we are in 23 different countries, which is cool.
28 technically.
28. So today I was looking at all of our stats from Anchor.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it and I saw Russia.
Oh yeah.
And there are 3 different cities in Russia. Well, one's Moscow.
Right.
The other 2 I can't even pronounce.
Yeah.
But the other, so I googled the one, and it's like
a Sloslovsky or something.
Yeah.
On it. I don't know. It was funky.
It's borderline on your way to Siberia.
Yep.
No kidding.
Like it's in the middle of fucking nowhere,
Who
dude.
the hell's listening to us from there?
I don't know, but they listen.
Thank you.
And what I do is I get home and I open the bottle of vodka.
And we immediately just, insult them all together.
And
it might be Vladimir himself. Who knows?
God, I hope
Vladimir's
so.
an old
It might,
fan.
Well, Vlad's definitely got T-Mobile.
Yeah. I'm thinking he's more of a
T-Mobile's
cricket
everywhere.
guy.
Could be Boost Mobile.
He's a cricket guy.
Boost.
They just got that Mint Mobile now. Trying to save some cash with Ryan Reynolds.
Scotty, I see you got that printout over there with that. Is that the thing? Is that the Lebanon thing?
This here?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This is the Missouri, the bizarre saga in Missouri involving a missing woman who was last seen being held captive in a cage. Has taken a baffling turn when the house that she was apparently being kept in burnt to the ground this week.
So she died in the cage?
No, they don't know. Immediately after, authorities discovered that it had been booby-trapped. So when they showed up, the thing just caught on fire and burnt down.
Wow.
So that means somebody arrived.
Right. So the headline here, the Ozarks home where 33-year-old Cassidy Rainwater was allegedly kept in captivity burned to the ground after authorities found tripwires and, quote, live incendiary devices.
Whoa.
That's insane.
That's heavy duty shit.
Now, this is the same case that's been getting like a lot of national attention, right? Like there's a lot of like true crime podcasts that are talking about
so
this.
that's why I picked this one. There is tons of true crime podcasts talking about this one.
Yeah.
It's the they're calling it the Missouri Mystery over the missing woman in a cage. Where's Cassidy? The Dallas County Sheriff's Office said that the fire in the home in Windyville, which is an unincorporated Ozarks community about 160 miles from Kansas City, occurred Monday night, according to the Springfield News Leader. That's more than 2 months after the 33-year-old Cassidy Rainwater was last seen. That's around July 25th. Police officially opened a case into her disappearance late August.
Damn.
When a family member called to report that she had vanished.
That's insane, man.
Then the case took a very dark turn in mid-September when the FBI was anonymously sent photographs that were showing her semi-nude in a cage. The feds alerted local police to the tip, and officers found 7 similar photos on a phone that this one guy, James D. Phelps, had, who is thought to be the last person to see her alive.
Is that one of those?
That's
the dude in the picture there.
That's this
The
dude
meth-looking guy?
Yeah, well, they both look methy,
upstanding citizen,
right?
Well, I'm sure there's some kind of drugs that are involved.
It sounds like drugs. I mean, if she was, in a cage with 2 dudes.
Did you
maybe
hear
she was
about,
just
like-
having a good time?
Sounds like a really methy situation.
Yeah, very
That's
methy.
methed up.
Very
Yeah.
methy.
But I mean, so they abduct her and then they keep her prisoner in this giant like cage.
Well, maybe
Is it like a? Is it like a?
maybe it was a kinky thing.
Is it like
if she was semi-nude?
is it
Maybe
like-
they were.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Did they
Maybe
keep-
they were doing something.
Did they keep her in a crate for like a fucking
Dude,
Doberman picture?
I'm not. Well, that's that's
Like a
interesting.
big old dog crate.
The idea that this guy did a Macaulay Culkin all over the yard
Mm-hmm.
and set up booby traps everywhere.
Must have
Tells me there's probably something else that was going on in that house.
Yeah.
Something else that was stored in that house.
Something sounds fishy as hell.
And if the house burnt down, they're trying to cover up something, not just her. But it sounds like there must have been like a high amount of like methamphetamine or something in there.
Oh yeah,
did
maybe it was
the
an
house-
accidental fire.
Did the house just burn down? How long ago was
I
that?
think it was like this week, last week.
Okay.
Wow.
Not too long ago.
So the 2
But
dudes.
she's been missing since August.
So she's buried.
we just don't know.
It's not looking good.
Right? Yeah, exactly. It's not looking good.
Because she's a witness to all this.
This
they're
meth
probably trying to get
dude,
rid of
this
it.
Phelps dude, initially wound up on police radar 2 weeks before the alarming photos surfaced, when investigators following a lead in her missing persons case questioned him in his cabin. At that time, according to court records, Phelps claimed that she had been staying with him until she couldn't get back on her feet.
Yeah, so we're not necessarily.
So she was living there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're not. We shouldn't necessarily count out or rule out that they're working together.
Maybe.
Two guys living at the place, both Phelps and Timothy Norton, a trucker who had been living on his property, are now in custody. They're both charged with kidnapping her and inflicting injury and terrorizing, court records show.
And there's like rumors of cannibalistic behavior
Jesus.
too. I
hadn't seen that.
That's what KRCG says. Mark Slavitt from KRCG. But he just said, I mean, they just say rumors of cannibalistic behavior.
Well,
so I don't
now
know.
you're just sensationalizing the
The
story.
only thing here it says is there is, quote, extreme nature of the crimes. They're just citing the extreme nature of the crimes that they won't say anything else to.
Yeah, I think somebody posted something on Facebook, and I got to read the details about this thing, and it was really dark.
We're at Missouri again.
So it's in the it's in the Ozarks.
Ozarks.
Down in the Ozarks.
Lebanon, I think. Was it Lebanon?
Unincorporated town of, where the hell was it?
It's closer to Springfield, maybe.
Yeah, Windyville.
Okay.
Like past Branson, maybe.
I don't know. It's unincorporated, so there's
Like
no
southern Missouri.
There's no local government there. There's probably not even streets there, to be honest.
Wow. Yeah, I think this is actually more of a when the story was first being read by Scott, it was like this feeling of dread, like, oh, this poor girl. But as we kind of get into more of the details, now I'm just thinking, let's not forget they're both meth heads and they're smoking meth. So who knows, like, what this is all? Oh yeah, like who knows what this is all about? Like, this could be like just a bizarre story, and
that's exactly what it sounds like to me.
They're in some other town.
Yeah,
like
they started over,
about to have fun.
You know, maybe good for them if that's the case.
But they've got the two dudes, don't they?
Yeah, the two guys are in custody right now. These two guys are in custody. She's missing.
And she's missing. So she might be dead.
Well, this reminds me of the whole Gabby story that we've been talking about for 3-4 weeks now.
And yet they haven't found Landry.
They still haven't found that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dogs on the hunt, though.
There's another story. Dog's daughter came out and said that she thinks that Dog is all about the publicity.
You know, the living daughter, the one he doesn't talk about. He talks about the dead daughter.
That's what Scotty said last week or the week before.
Right.
Dog's just in it for dog.
Dog's in it for, the publicity. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he does have like the credentials of being a good bounty hunter, but you have to also remember he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's not forget.
Beware of the dude with
Look at that hair.
information. Beware of the dude with information who's got a book to sell.
Yeah.
Fucking
would
Dog.
it not be badass though if Dog just like came up on Landry and just elbowed him to the fucking head?
I would love it.
He's like, I caught this son of a bitch on my own.
And just drag him out of there by the scalp.
Well, then we need to re-talk about how my taxes are going to the police.
Episode 1. Dog. Just Landry.
I have to admit, I don't know anything about Dog the Bounty Hunter, so I know it's a show. I know he's a dude. Is he a legitimate bounty hunter, or is he someone that used to be a long time ago a legitimate bounty hunter, and now he's just trying to make a buck?
No,
I think he's still bringing it in.
Yeah,
He still does it. Okay, so
he's
who does he
legit.
hunt down?
Anybody.
That
Dudes who seek bail.
So he works for the police?
No, he's an independent.
He's a bounty
contractor.
hunter, which operates separately from the
Okay.
police. Yeah, man, those bounty hunters don't fuck around. And we were talking about this last week, but it's I kind of feel like a bounty hunter that's independent from the police probably has more initiative to try to find whoever it is that they're trying to find.
Well, he's probably got a little more leeway too, I would think.
And Landry, I can't believe that guy's still on the run. Well, from what I understand, there was a story where he was seen at a camp. Well, there was a campsite. This is what I read today.
Yeah.
There was a campsite that was just used, and it's in Florida. So apparently, he's still in the Sunshine State.
But
I've also heard that they're like tracking him along the Appalachian Trail too.
So we don't know where the hell he's
So
at.
he could be there
There's
too.
two different stories.
Plus, there was a story that came out just a few hours ago where they think now that the vehicle that his mother and father claimed was his it may have been misdirection because they're saying that his parents are now changing the date that he went missing.
Shoo.
Huh.
Right?
I think his parents are probably
his
going
parents are definitely going to go down for something.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to be in deep shit by the time.
But you know what? As much as I hate the dude, I got mad props for his parents because they're all out for their baby.
Yeah.
You know, that's what a parent should do.
For sure. Do you think this is like a movie or a series? Like, do you think it's worth 10 episodes? Like, if it were like in a few years when they get this thing figured out, and
maybe if we get the whole story
and get the right director.
So it says here, Landry's dad is to join the hunt for Brian.
Oh, we're gonna do that now.
Yeah.
Do you trust that guy?
Well, I'm looking at Maddie's screen over there, and it says that that's what the lawyer is saying.
Yeah.
So no, I don't fucking believe that for 1 second. If that's what his lawyer's.
Well, I mean, we've not heard them talk at all. It's all been through their lawyer.
People have been having fist fights out in their front yard.
Right.
And stuff,
Yeah,
trying to get in.
that's fucked up.
The dad goes out like in the middle of the night to check his mail. It's a whole weird situation.
There was going to be there was some kind of confrontation right outside their house. I guess it was one of their neighbors, and some guy was trying to use his property to like, take pictures of the house or whatever. And this dude like went off on me. He's like, if you fucking keep using my house, I'm going to beat the shit out of you and this and that.
And look, man, I respect that. It's my
Right. Hold on 1 second here.
Look at that.
These people are.
So this is Brian Landry's sister. She's breaking her silence to say, Brian, give up, Brian.
I haven't heard this yet.
Turn up low.
So much more about this case in the week since we last heard from Cassie Laundrie. It turns out she was also on that family camping trip that Brian took with his parents after he returned home without Gabby Petito.
Man.
Cassie insists still doesn't know where her brother is.
No, I do not know where Brian is. I'd turn him in.
Overnight,
Turn him in.
Time since Gabby Petito's body was found and her brother Brian was reported missing, later named a person of interest in Petito's murder and wanted by the FBI in a fraud investigation.
I really wish he had come to me first that day with the van because I don't think we'd be here. I worry about him. Angry. I don't know what to think. I would tell my brother to just come forward and get us out of this.
Be a fucking man and give yourself to authorities.
Detailing the last time she saw her brother.
The last time I physically saw it and the last time I physically spoke to my brother was on the 6th. I tried to get
Right before he left, man.
Yeah.
That's when
Sharing
she
this
saw
photo
him.
exclusively with ABC News, showing Brian and his 5-year-old nephew camping at Fort DeSoto Park with their parents 5 days before Gabby was reported
Well, that's what that dude does, though, right? He's a camper.
Wow.
He's a survival. Yeah, he's like one of those Bear Grylls, like survival type
Like your
guys.
grandpa.
He knows how to survive, man.
Yeah, not as cool as your grandpa.
Not as cool as your grandpa.
No, my grandpa. You never find the bodies if it was my grandpa.
Man,
There's bodies out there still from Dave's grandpa.
In the Alaskan wilderness, they're frozen.
it's true though. Old people know how to do things.
Right.
Yeah. Our generation, that knowledge will get lost.
Families of bears were crying because of Dave's grandpa.
If you live through, if you live through the Great Depression, you know how to do things.
Yes, you do. And you have everything. Like, you've saved everything, too.
Right.
You got peanut butter cans. You got cans that you opened your peas up in. You've saved everything.
Oh yeah, recycled coffee.
Right.
My grandma did recycled coffee. She
Right.
used the same coffee grounds every day for a week before she'd throw it out.
So that's
But then she wouldn't throw it out. She would, like, put it in her plants or something and grow the most amazing fruit and shit in her garden, right?
That's right, man.
You guys, we have another guest who just showed up.
We do.
We have Mo Lewis
Mo
in
Lewis.
studio. Mo, grab that mic right
Hello,
there.
sir. How are you?
Flip it on.
Local celebrity Mo
Local
Lewis,
celebrity Mo Lewis.
as heard.
It's a pleasure.
Radio.
It's all the way up.
It's just
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you go.
all right.
What's up, brother?
You
How
should be
you
hearing
doing?
yourself.
Good to see you.
Dude, the digs here are sweet.
Yes.
Right, right.
Actually in the
Yeah.
I know, man. We've been trying to get you in here for a minute. I'm
The
glad
last time we
got
did,
you.
yeah, the last time we did this, we were all on 4 different devices.
right, yeah.
And it was like, okay, we're on delay right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The feel was a lot different.
Nobody looked up that podcast.
Yeah,
We did.
no.
No,
Please.
no, it's an old one.
It's, yeah.
Hey, we're at like this is 73 right now, so
Yeah, I know.
it's
Good.
deep in the cauldron of.
Well, I see. I see you everywhere.
Every
It's lost to history.
I'm in the drive-through at Wendy's. Drive-through at
Smoothie King, you know,
Central Bank.
That's the marketing team.
Good marketing team.
Hey, man, we give our stickers to a bunch of homeless people, and they just go out and they sticker that up.
We give them $5 and a fucking 100-pack of stickers
and a fucking pat on the back and say, "Go get them, boy."
And a couple of shorts.
Here's a pack of smokes.
Right.
No, go hit up Wendy's.
Yeah.
Go.
I'm not even going to mention the picture that you guys sent me the other day of the sticker. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I won't mention that one.
So there's a couple of them at McDonald's that are they're boldly put right up on the window. So
that is pretty bold.
They can't even see it anymore, but it's boldly on the window
because they're like on top of other stickers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, maybe you need to do a better vetting process of your employees.
Absolutely.
Of our homeless.
Yeah. Make sure they're quick on their feet.
I usually go to the guy that's up on Dix Road.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that dude's always up there.
Yeah. Same spots usually.
Has there, that's a good thing. I've only been in Jeff maybe 6 years now. Has there always been a huge homeless issue here?
No. But I can say in Columbia,
gotten worse.
just 30 minutes down the road, there are some major intersections where there's certainly regulars. There are a lot of exits where there are regulars. There are convenience stores where there are regulars.
They're working 40 a week out there
heck
too.
yeah.
And they're working too.
Regular.
Well, it's homecoming weekend for the University of Missouri, so it's all hands on deck.
Yeah, I like homeless people who are like truthful. They're like,
won't murder you.
Just give me money so I can go get fucked up.
Yeah, I got an idea. I got an idea for homeless people, and I think it's a great idea.
If anyone's listening,
what we do is you give them this stick that'll hold two baskets, a right basket and a left basket. On one basket it says trash, and on the other basket it says donation. And so you just stick it out there, hold it out to the cars, and people can dump their trash.
That's amazing.
In the basket.
That's brilliant.
And they can throw them some change, and then they can collect the trash.
Find the good shit.
Well, that's a brilliant idea. That's actually like,
boy, I hope no homeless person is listening to the podcast.
Sure,
and becomes innovative.
Right, they'll come up with that idea.
Scott, didn't you know we have like the highest homeless listenership of any podcast?
Our homeless game is killing it.
but Mo got all the patents this year, so the homeless person that comes up with the idea is actually legally supposed to cease and desist.
They'll have to come see me.
I have a funny story for you guys. So we were coming back from Florida. And we just got off of 70 and we were making a left onto Kingdom City, coming back to Jeff City. So there was a homeless guy right there on the corner. And I was like right there, like first vehicle right there. And so I rolled my window down and I was going to give him some money. And Sarah's like, wait a second, give him this. And she hands me a big bag of Cheetos.
Nice.
So I said, hey buddy, here, man, have some Cheetos. Like it's unopened, whatever. Like, he's like, I don't want that. I was like, all right, see you later. Burned off.
He ain't that hungry.
Man, like,
it's good to know that they weren't that hungry.
Right.
I even there was one guy where, I forget I think it was in Jeff City. It was years ago. And I asked him, I was like, I'll buy you something to eat if you want. He's like, no, I just want money.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck no, man.
Yeah, that is a kind of a weird alternate.
Like if you're hungry, then I'll feed you like Jesus would.
Right. Right.
Matt is Jesus.
I won't.
Just saying, Matt is Jesus.
I'm Jesus of the podcast.
But I'm not paying your Cricket Wireless.
Mint Mobile, bitch.
Or my Boost Mobile.
Jesus was also.
But there is like one guy who's up at Dix Road all the time.
Yep, I know that guy.
And I'm telling you, this guy probably makes like $80,000 a year.
Well, the worst is the ones that used to sit by Colton's, and they would park their Escalade on the other side of Colton's, so they would come out, act homeless, get paid, go to their Escalade, and go home.
Oh, I didn't know. I know about those. That's crazy.
Yeah, you got to watch them because they would also be at the end of Walmart too, where they have the sign at the old abandoned Chinese Ryan's that says "No Panhandle."
Yep, I've seen that
read
sign.
it that way every time.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And yeah,
that's actually really feasible, Matt. $80,000 a year in salary would be bringing in $219 a day.
That's
he could do that.
That's feasible.
Doable.
Right?
That's doable.
Yeah,
You can't be a bidet
because
Right.
there are those
Right.
people who are suckers, and they trust people, and
Or they just
those are the ones who are throwing 20s.
Yeah.
$40 here.
For a radio station, and I'm thinking that maybe this is a new angle for our salespeople who can't get anything.
Right.
Don't offer advertising. Just go to say, hey, can I have money? Can I see money?
You're more successful just asking for the money than you are to sell the advertising.
I'm not going to give you anything. Just give me some cash.
But honestly, I have more respect for the guys out there with the sign, please give me money because I want to go get a 40. Because
yeah, because in your heart, you wanted to have the 40, you know?
I'm like, you know what? If you're going to be homeless, you might as well be fucked up being homeless.
I'm going to get you 2 40s.
Right.
How about that, bro?
Yeah.
I feel like I noticed more homeless people right around the time COVID hit in Jeff City. I mean,
That's when I started not noticing them. They were disappearing at that point for me. Because up until that point, it was just like there was a Jesus. This sounds like my kids are having it out. There was a man and woman couple with a dog.
Mm-hmm.
You can always tell the people who are homeless and the people who are not homeless. If they don't have everything they've got with them, they're not really that homeless.
Yeah.
Or if they look clean,
right?
I mean that guy's not really clean and a brand new pair of Adidas out there. He's not homeless.
Maybe we should try it sometime, guys. The 3 of us as a promotion for the
Being
show.
homeless?
Go out and panhandle together.
No, I'm good.
You good on that? Okay.
I like my warm, comfy bed at home.
No.
We used to call that a radio stunt back in the day.
Right.
We could probably do a couple stupid radio stunts.
Yeah, we could.
You find an intern and the possibilities are endless.
That's what we need.
Really?
We need interns. Let's get some interns, guys.
Seriously.
Like a few with interns.
Right, no kidding.
We're going to need you to camp on top of the Hardys for 3 days.
And you're not going to get paid for 3 days.
They get paid just as much here as they would anywhere else. I don't know. Sometimes interns get lucky and they get paid. I didn't get paid when I was an intern.
Yeah,
I was never an intern.
Yeah, I had to hire a few interns over the years, and it was new to me that I had to pay them.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was growing up, I thought that was just kind of like an understudy. You show up to the job and you learn and stay out of the way.
Yeah.
Basically. Get the coffee.
I was going to say get coffee.
I interned right down the road from where we work at KWOS at that radio station.
That's not there anymore, is it?
I think it is, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know if it's in
Cat
that
Country's in
location,
that same building.
Cat Country. Okay.
Right behind the McDonald's there.
So Mo, James Callan, did you know?
Yeah.
Did you know that guy?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's a book about him. He killed his wife by, putting antifreeze in her Gatorade and eventually killed her over a couple months. What was that guy like?
Amazingly normal and just okay. So he's got this like fiery red hair and he had that kind of ginger's complexion,
Mm-hmm.
but he was just a very smiley guy, always, glad handing you, just that kind of
charismatic.
dude. Yeah, and I mean, I remember when he came into town, he had told us the story, that his wife had died, and of course, all the gals at the office were just, oh, James, I'm so sorry,
Right.
It's so terrible. And then, I mean, we had parties over at our house. He was at my house for a couple of our campfire parties, in the backyard. And now, looking back on it, it's just, it's just creepy,
Right.
Did you read the book?
No.
So
I had parts of it read to me because there were segments that were about people I knew.
So it's a little backstory.
So,
I was going to say, what's the...
So apparently, he always had to have, he was always trying to keep up with his friends. Like, if his friends... Well, obviously, if you're in radio, you're not making...
Oh, you ain't making any...
You're not making, a bunch of money, but his friends were like...
Speak for yourself.
Right.
How are you talking about?
His friends were financiers and other stuff, so he was trying to keep up with all his friends and all that. He would get, these big, expensive vehicles that he can't afford, and, he would just be in tons of debt. And so, basically, all this debt led up to, how am I going to get out of it? And obviously, his wife's insurance policy, her life insurance policy, was like the ticket for him to get out of all of it.
And he was lying about so much stuff. He was lying about being a professor at Harvard, and then he was just disappearing for the day, and then coming back, and he thought he was working this job, and it was just
he was a liar.
He was out killing people and stuff.
Yeah, he killed his wife.
He just killed his wife. That was it.
Yeah.
He just poisoned her over a long period of time.
He would put
she was
small
sick for a long
doses.
time.
Yeah,
She had it coming?
They didn't know what was going on.
Yes.
Oh, so it was like a Munchausen type thing?
So what he would do is he would
He
put
was
small
taking
doses.
care of her.
Yes.
Yes. So he would give her small doses of antifreeze in her Gatorade and just keep
And
feeding her.
constantly
And feeding
encourage her.
Did all of this
make
stuff-
sure she drank her liquids and stayed
Right. Yeah.
hydrated.
She was drinking her liquids. All right.
Did all of this stuff just hit the news?
No.
No, this was like 10 years ago.
This
But
okay.
him being such a veteran talent in this market, like I was always wondering if you knew him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know the
He
story
worked
you're
for us
talking about.
for a while. He was working at the station, and I'll never forget the company station meeting that we had when we found out about it. And we're all brought
Oh,
into
I
the
bet.
conference room, and they're saying,
Sure.
"Okay, we just wanted you guys to know that James was arrested in the studio yesterday."
That was at Y7, right?
No, it was at
No.
KLIK.
KLIK, okay.
The feds busted in.
In the
They
studio.
walked right in, took him off the air.
Yeah, it's on the air. I remember this now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they yanked him out.
Yeah.
And so they're telling us this in the conference room. They're saying, yeah, James is, he was picked up with the police. He was arrested. And one of our guys, David Lyle's like, what was he arrested for? And real calmly, our general sales manager just says, he killed his wife.
Yeah.
Like,
And it just dead silent.
wow, somber.
Right.
You have got to be kidding. And then, of course, some people were very, very upset. And, there's nothing worse than trusting somebody, liking somebody, and then
Right,
being
yeah.
afraid. Oh, colossally.
Wow.
We always joke that we know somebody who could kill. He's the guy that's going to come in and shoot the office up. Ha 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 ha.
This guy can.
This guy really did kill someone.
Right.
Well, James never really, and who knows really who he was now, but
He's in prison right
yeah,
now.
for sure. Yeah.
He's a coward.
He never.
He wasn't a violent.
Absolutely.
No,
He was just
yeah, that's kind of
secretly
that's what.
poisoning his wife.
Yeah, that's
right.
what I was getting ready to say. James was never the type that would walk into a place and shoot it up. But he wasn't that crazy.
Right.
He was. If you look back and it's like if he didn't like you, then it was an issue. But the problem, I guess, was for all of us that were there was that he never gave off even a moment of a vibe that there was anything to ever question him about. I mean, he was very sincere, came off very sincere, and he was always very giving. I remember his first couple nights in town, he took everybody out, man. I got to imagine his bar bill had to have been over $1,000.
Jesus.
Like he took everybody.
How did he get
and
caught?
paid for all the drinks, and
They were on to him. They just slowly worked it out.
they found a
feds.
search.
Well,
They found a search on his computer.
Yeah, that and like her autopsy definitely was part of it. And the parents were very suspicious of this guy. I mean, he had everyone fooled. I mean, he basically. I mean, how can you be so two-faced?
I hosted a show with him, man. It's like if one of you,
Right? You did.
If one of
guys shared
you
drinks
would
over
have-
You hosted a show with him?
yeah,
To
that
break this to you, but I saw a study about this about 2 weeks ago that listed the occupations of the psychopath.
I know it's radio.
Radio.
Oh my
I
god!
believe it, man. I believe it.
We've all worked with a couple of psychopaths, let's be honest.
Yeah, but let's be honest too.
Yeah.
We would think it would be like the sales guys, not the owner guys.
I got my money on the engineer for this.
He's not getting caught though. He's an engineer.
Yeah, he's up to something
I can
down
only
there.
picture like Mo having this like chill ass party in the back of his house, blazing ass bonfire going. James Cowan's there, just like, hey guys, all charismatic, just like,
Yeah.
I'm the coolest guy ever. I'm
What's
so
up?
cool.
What's up,
like,
man?
just
Chilling.
pounding beers with
He
your boys.
had a couple of girls from the office right around him. Of
course he did.
That was always.
That
It
was
was
the
like
thing.
him and two of the gals from the office.
And they're probably like, oh, your wife died. I'm so sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Time to get my dick sucked.
We have talked about this. We've talked about this multiple times on this show, man. The lengths that men will go to off their wife whenever
No
they get
shit.
some new.
New tale?
Yeah, man.
I mean, look at that guy in Colorado. He killed his whole family just for a younger woman.
Right.
Right.
What was his name? Peterson or something?
Is that Scott Peterson?
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that here a while back. Yeah.
What colossal cowards, guys. 'Cause
Right.
basically
Yeah.
what they're avoiding is the talk that says, I want a divorce. That's all you
right.
got to
That's
do.
all you have
right.
to say.
You know, but yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's easier to
put yourself in
offer
that.
though.
It's, isn't
You
it
know?
nuts?
So James now,
nuts.
James is
That's a whole level of cowardice that I don't even understand.
James is now in a Massachusetts state penitentiary forever, and
Yeah,
now
he ain't-
now he's someone's bitch.
He ain't breathing fresh air for a while.
No, that fiery redhead is pounded by somebody.
How long of a sentence did they give him?
Probably life.
I didn't see. I'm not even
But you
sure.
know, that's the weird thing that I learned about when I worked in corrections is that life doesn't necessarily mean the rest of your life. Like I'm pretty sure in Missouri, life is like either 20 or 25 years.
Yeah, and he's definitely the type that would worry me if he got out. That would worry me.
We worked with a guy. We worked with a guy.
Drank the Gatorade, man.
We worked. We worked with a guy years ago. At our job. And you know who I'm talking about. He basically went after some lady with some bolt cutters and found her mama high off like this K2 fucking
bath salts, right?
Synthetic cannabinoids.
Yeah, like why would you even smoke that shit? Smoke the good shit. Smoke the real stuff, man, from the earth.
From the earth.
But this guy, not only that, but he had a past as well, man.
God put this on this earth.
He had a
for you and for me.
He had a whole record of crime.
Yeah.
Domestic violence.
Right.
Yeah.
And but yet he was at my house at Sarah's birthday party years ago.
Yeah.
Just hanging out, having drinks on the carport.
Yep.
And you would never thought like, oh, this little guy's gonna hurt somebody.
Right.
But he has it inside of him.
Yeah. Imagine how much effort that takes every day for that guy to
be normal,
to be overly normal, so normal that you're the least person to suspect of doing anything.
Yeah,
I mean, and that's a daily decision. It's an hourly decision that you make every time you interact with someone. If inside the person you are is a murderer,
Which he wasn't that, but
he was a violent motherfucker. To me.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, if you have that inside you and you're trying to prevent that from always coming out, I mean, it's a rage, you know?
It's crazy that when I was reading that book about James Cowan,
yeah,
and I was in an airport reading it.
Oh man.
I mean, I bought it and it's on my bookshelf right now.
Yeah.
And to see a guy that we know, Clay Brown, his name is Jack Murphy.
In the book?
Yeah.
And he's actually in the book. I'm surprised you're not in the book.
Wow, I didn't know.
James Ward.
Or you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the FBI probably talked to both of us. Did you talk?
Nope.
Me fucked up if like
I stayed away from that whole.
If like
Yeah,
the FBI had the profile wrong and they just like locked up Jett and he's like, I'm not fucking James Cowan.
I don't think they would ever mistake. Yeah, once they saw the picture of James, they'd be like, "Oh, this ain't the bro."
It's
just not
fucking there, man.
This is the dude.
Jett's like, man, I am not James.
You know,
okay?
actually, it'd probably be one of the
I didn't kill
officers.
anyone.
It'd probably be one of the officers that was taking me over to the cell. The officer would be calling him, like, I don't know if this is the guy. He just talked about the Weezer Pinkerton album, the entire ride. I'm not sure.
By the way, that was a great backsuit.
Great album though.
Yeah, I was listening to Butterfly on the way up here.
Nice.
You remember that one?
Oh yeah.
That's off of that album, right?
Yeah, Breaks My Heart.
Yeah, it's a great song. Great album. All right, fellas, we're gonna take a quick something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring that to our queue.
Big thanks to our Patreon patrons, Biscuit Strength,
Taylor,
the Jeff City Paranormal Society, and
Yes,
JT,
all the way from New Zealand,
and the Paranormal Sun.
That's right.
Thanks, guys. You can also check us out at patreon.com/theold77
Also,
podcast.
I'll get that right in a minute.
Also, check out Last Flight Brewing Company right there on Heisinger Road, right here in Jeff City. They have different food trucks every night. Also, different beer menus weekly. So check them out. Really great place, great people, and we're looking to have a live to record broadcast there.
Hopefully
we also have
77.
we have Jett in the studio and Mo Lewis. We'll be right back with them here on the Old 77. Bitches.
Got the Mount Rushmore radio in here tonight.
Hey guys, it's Matt, and we always talk about Last Flight Brewing Company, and we never exaggerate on how good it is there. They have this wonderful indoor space where you can fit a bunch of your friends or your family. You can take your dog in there. Also, kids are welcomed. We can all drink as equals. It's a great spot. If you want to sit outside, there's tons of space. It's a great spot for a sunny afternoon with friends, families, even colleagues. You can do it all out there. Games, cornhole, whatever your vice is. They also have a carefully crafted beer menu which changes all the time. Each beer they put out is delicious. Also, Last Flight won first place at the Missouri Beer Festival. They've come a long way in a short time, so check them out. You can find them on Facebook and online at lastflightbrewing.com. If you're local, check out Last Flight Brewing Company today. Go enjoy some sunshine. Get off your couch. Go right now. Fill up your growler.
That's funky.
Welcome back to the old 77.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
Segment 2.
It's always segment 2.
Shout out to my main man, a guy who brought me into this world, Jim Francis. He's 78 years
Happy
old
birthday,
today.
Jim.
Dad,
Happy
I love
birthday,
you.
Jim.
Thank you for my life. Thanks for putting it into mom, and
that's right.
You know, I was the winner of my dad's sack.
You were the last anymore.
I was the winner of my dad's sack. Hey, that's what
He
I'm
made-
all about.
he made
Awkward
you-
situation.
He made you an Eagles and Phillies fan.
No, he doesn't really care about sports.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad doesn't give a fuck.
Have you always been a good swimmer?
I have ever since I was in my dad's sack.
That's right.
Great race runner this
Yeah,
week.
you were the fastest one in your heat.
Also, shout out to Dub IZ. Dub IZ, what's up, bro?
What's up,
Some
brother?
wisdom.
Every time we see him, he's like, "I love the show," and
Always talking about
we
it.
got to get him on sometime.
I've been
For
sending
sure.
I've been sending him beats.
Have you?
I've been sending everybody beats.
I was gonna say Dave's been supplying.
Anybody want a beat?
Also, the term.
Dave sent me a beat a couple days ago.
That's good, wasn't it?
One sec.
Great, dude.
One more sec. Jimmy Bond podcast is back.
Jimmy Bonds is back.
He liked our stuff tonight.
Oh,
Jimmy Bond's podcast is back. Jimmy, welcome back to the world.
welcome back,
We haven't
brother.
seen you in forever. The Scuttle Butt podcast.
haven't seen them guys in forever either. Nice.
They're always liking our stuff.
Is it scuttle? Is it
It's the scuttlebutt.
or
It's
scuttlebutt?
Scuttlebutt.
Is the emphasis on the scuttle or the
And
butt?
the Hamilton brothers.
Oh, the Hamilton brothers. Yeah, I like those guys.
Wild Nights. What's
Wild
this?
Nights with the Hamilton brothers.
No, it's actually what the hell is this? The Wild Nights with Rocky.
Oh, Wild Nights with Rocky. She's
Yeah.
out of New York.
Yeah.
She's a Manhattan podcast.
What's up, Rock? She's the one who messaged us.
Yeah, she's the
Okay.
one that messaged
Okay.
and actually gave us a listen and gave us a review. So thank you.
Cool. We're back with Jett and Mo Lewis, two extraordinary guys, and also veterans, radio veterans in mid-Missouri market. Just great to have you guys in the studio here with
Thanks
us
for
tonight.
coming tonight, guys.
This is a blast, man.
Good to see you.
This is the best radio show I've ever done.
The voice of God just comes in.
Right.
Thanks, guys. I'm doing you no justice whatsoever.
He can do liners for you right now on cue.
Voice work. By the way, MoLewis.com.
If he didn't have somewhere to be, we would totally be having him recording shit for us.
Absolutely, man.
So, dude, I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Zodiac with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Great.
The story is out now. We actually have it pulled up.
Yeah.
And so apparently they figured out who it was.
So there's a group of retired cops, basically. They call themselves the Case Breakers, made up of former law enforcement members, intelligence officers, and others. I don't know what others even means. They believe that the so-called Zodiac Killer, they think they've named him. Well, they think they have him, and they've named him on Wednesday. I don't have the dude's official name. Dave has it over here. What is it, Dave?
It was Gary something. Gary Francis.
Francis.
Francis is his middle name.
Are you sure? Have you verified that?
Yes, I've seen I read the story, but
Okay.
I
believe you.
His last name is it's something obviously. But so anyway, he died in like 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying he died in 2018, but he could have been alive to see his movie in the theaters,
Oh my
right?
God, isn't that crazy?
You
I think
imagine-
it's crazy that he would have had to spend upwards of $25 to watch a movie about him.
That spoiler alert wasn't right.
But not just that, the documentary.
You know, he went in there with a date and they're like, this guy's the Zodiac. And he looked at her and went, no, he's not.
The only way that he got caught eventually is because he sent an angry letter to the movie theater.
Right, but it was all in code.
Right.
They're still trying to figure it out. Right?
You just put emojis down.
Think about that. There was a movie, there was documentaries, all kinds
Yeah.
of documentaries on different streaming services.
That's one of the first documentaries I remember as a kid, watching the Zodiac Killer on A&E and not sleeping at night.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying.
All these like investigative crime podcasts always talked about him. This dude, he got a hard on for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can tell.
I mean,
he was a lover of it.
You're
That's for sure.
notoriously known, dude. And
Right.
They don't even know you.
Dude, and he has a kind of a badass name.
Right.
I mean, that's
Zodiac.
That's easy.
That's scary, dude.
Well,
That's
give
a
himself
fucking
that
scary
name.
fucking name.
Right. Well, it's easy for a journalist or a reporter or a writer to take let's call it what it is, a brand, and be able to sell newspapers,
Right.
sell, advertising on their radio show or their TV station. Hey, more Zodiac all the time.
It's a shame he didn't get to see those royalties, folks.
Yeah.
Man, this is the most cynical I've ever heard this podcast.
Right, it's pretty damn cynical right now, right?
That's saying something, man.
But like, think about it. Like, this guy was creative in the way he did things, like piecing together notes from different like
the code.
lettering and all that, and different coding. Like, he was into it, bro. He was dialed in, like just
He loved it.
fucking with people's minds.
I feel like this is light
just
too, but
scaring an entire city.
Yeah.
San Francisco was on lockdown, like it was COVID or something.
And that's a major city. It's a major
Yeah.
United States city, San Francisco.
Right.
That's amazing.
Like everyone was scared. Like not
The Son of
Wasn't
Sam
there-
was all L.A., right?
No, that was New York. I think.
Oh, I thought it was all
That's
L.A.
New York.
was there
Okay.
curfew when he was on the prowl? Was that a thing or no?
Ooh.
You were just out on your own. Like hey, good luck.
well, he was only linked to 5 killings, so probably not.
Seems low for a guy.
That does seem low.
Yeah. Called the
The
Zodiac.
killer, the killer himself claimed responsibility for more than 30,
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I think the number's somewhere in between.
but they've only definitely linked him to 5.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So the question is there one of these guys or gals, whatever, that's out there now that's operating that? Because it doesn't seem like we're, hyper aware at least of there's some killing going on in Portland or something like that. It doesn't seem to exist anymore. Now, does it just not exist, or
That's
do
a
they
good
get better
point.
at it?
That's a really good point.
Yeah, some guy out there that's really good at it.
The handling of information probably gets better.
Well, that's the thing is that a lot of these people are getting caught by these groups of people that gather together on the internet.
Yeah,
and
this happens fast.
And they have nothing,
Right.
that they
Right.
spend so much time.
The
They
true
figure out
crime.
shit that detectives don't find.
Right.
The True Crime
True
podcast.
Crime podcast.
Yes, dude.
Patton Oswalt's wife,
Oh, that's right.
Meredith Salinger.
Yeah.
Who did she take down?
Golden State Killer.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And just imagine this: after Zodiac, there was the Golden State Killer, like right
Dude,
behind him.
dude,
All that shit was going on.
It's a Marvel comic, man.
So
it's like you got to have a new villain every series.
Is the fact that we've got all of these internet detectives out there and that they're so
Yeah.
public, do you think that's a deterrence?
Oh no.
I don't think it's a
Yeah, and that-
deterrence, but I think it's awesome that they're catching people that way now.
Right. Yeah.
And
Do you think they're catching them before they get too deep into the?
You'd like to think, but I don't think we can get that.
They need to find a way to
It can
that
also be a
precise with
tool. It can also be a tool if they're putting out a message,
Right.
Subliminally.
Well, you know what? If
That-
it's used like
to
if
make
it's
the
used like
killer
this-
think that we're tracking this and we're tracking that, and really you're right on them. Like you know exactly.
But you know what?
where-
This is just a group
Maybe.
of former dudes who are going through cold cases.
Right. That's the team.
Yeah.
And that was a great show.
Right.
I hope they have a band. They got a really cool
Well,
band.
there's that one guy, Paul Holmes, whatever his name is. He's on like all these True Detective podcasts. And
Okay.
he's on these documentaries, and he was right up the Golden State Killer's butt too.
Wow.
But he is like super into forensics, like, and it goes back to what Mo said. Why don't we hear about any more serial killings? And I think it's not easy now.
I was thinking
The forensics is there.
You got the
There
DNA.
there are all these true crime podcasts now that like not just investigators are doing, but like regular people are putting in the time
Yep.
Yeah.
to investigate all these crimes. Like there's a group of people, like Dave said, to like find these like criminals.
For sure.
North America's looking for that Landry character. I mean,
No
come on.
shit.
Right.
This guy's on the run.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
but now-
and maybe that's the change in I don't know, philosophy of sorts with people that are that mentally charged up to do instead a lot of killings one at a time. Now maybe they've just changed. And I'm just going to do a lot of killings all at once.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
Go out
this
in a blaze
way.
of
You know,
fire.
it does seem like
I'm
that.
gonna go to
Less
Vegas.
serial killings, more shooting spree.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
more.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like back in the day, all the crazy shit happened in California.
And now it's
all of these crazy.
Yeah.
You had the Mansons, you had the Zodiac, you
Yeah.
had Golden State
high
Killer.
profile. You're right.
yeah.
You know, the 20th century California was the mecca for serial killers in the 20th century.
That's true. Well, yeah.
Think about it. All
Well,
these guys.
And the 19th century though belonged to these parts. Really, we had Frank and Jesse James.
Right.
Right.
James in Chicago, you got that guy.
H.H. Holmes.
I feel like they had different agendas. They had
They're
different priority on why
For
they're
sure.
killing. Like they just weren't killing to kill. They were like trying to live and trying to like move up in the world by
Right.
killing other people, other gang members and stuff like that. It was different back then.
It was.
H.H. Holmes is one that, man.
There you go.
That one is.
There you go.
That's
Ed
pretty.
Gein, as a
Ed
wizard.
Gein, yeah.
He was
out of Chicago.
He was the inspiration for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Crazy, man.
Right?
Crazy.
What up do you have to be the inspiration to that?
I don't know. When you're wearing people's skin on your face.
Because to be the inspiration, like some director or producer along the line has to say, we're not doing that.
Right.
No, we're not doing that.
You know what? Let's not.
Yeah, real dude, real crazy.
I think they said Ed Gein had a lamp, and the lampshade was made of like human skin.
Oh god.
Well, wasn't it like all of his stuff? He was slowly replacing things in his home made like reupholstered with people skin.
Yeah. Like, by the way, this was the old lady got killed down the street.
I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, how fast will I get thrown off my radio station for talking about any of this?
See, that's the beauty of this, man. No FCC on a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so Francis, you're right.
He's not.
His last name is the Zodiac guy. His last name is like it's spelled Poste, Post or Posty, or something like that.
And he looks like a normal guy, right? Like he's just,
Well, don't they all?
yeah. No shit.
He was just a quiet guy.
So apparently, this dude had a dark room, and these people investigated a bunch of photos that came from his dark room. And they
dark room.
The team apparently found a photo that featured scars on his forehead that matched scars on his sketch of the Zodiac.
Oh, there it is.
There it
I mean,
is.
just imagine like being addicted to photography, but you just live in a time where the technology hasn't caught up. So
Right.
You have to
No.
have
A dark room.
You have to have a dark room that ultimately is going to.
I mean, that's so weird. You have to have a certain room in your house where you only have stuff to do that hobby.
Right. It's almost like a gateway.
H.H. Holmes.
It's almost like a gateway to other hobbies.
Okay, so
Come on in
apparently,
and sit down in my hobby, bitches.
apparently they also
Lightroom makes me happy.
All right, you win.
Nice.
And we all grew up being scared of what's in the closet.
Right? God.
So they also said that the team deciphered letters sent by the Zodiac that revealed this guy as the killer. So I don't know if they're talking about the coded one.
So the coded letters, they cracked the code?
Apparently that's what TMZ said.
That's what this USA Today story of mine says, that in 2020 someone cracked the code.
You've got to know the man's full name in order to decipher these anagrams. This is what the guy from the FBI said, or from yeah.
It's interesting.
I just don't think there's any other way anybody could have figured it out. So
But
you got to get the guy's name in your head first before you can decipher the codes.
Sure. Well, there's also though the idea of ego, where
Right.
if you're like the second or third best murderer, and no one's found the Zodiac killer, yet,
That's a good point.
and it's like, you know what? They're probably never going to find him,
No.
and
Yeah.
they're probably going to find me. So what if I just go ahead and assume this identity, or what if I assume this legend, basically?
Maybe.
And I think his motive was just fear.
Yeah.
He just wanted to install fear
That's why
into a city of one of the
one
top 10
person.
market in the United States.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wasn't that it? He left one person alive?
Yeah. So like
It is
H.H.
pretty easy to scare San Francisco, though.
with
Yeah,
H.H.
sure.
Holmes,
Like that's a great city.
Back then it was.
with H.H. Holmes, he would collect the dead bodies, skin them, and then take their skeleton and then sell them to a university and make money like that.
Yeah.
Really?
Or if he had him
what
in
he
the
did.
murder house, he would just shoot him straight into like a.
He had a little shoot. Well, no, he had a shoot, and the bodies would go all the way down to the basement, and then he would skin them and put all the meat and throw all that stuff in the
Oh my God.
in the oven, and then he would take the skeleton and then sell it to a university.
Yeah, see, and all that body part sales, that's all being handled by the mob now. So there's no room for
Right.
an
Right.
independent
Right.
guy. to
That's a
do
good
thing.
point, right?
But do you know where H.H. Holmes?
We've got the
H.H.
numbers.
Do you know where he's buried at?
No,
H.H. Holmes?
I don't think so.
What about it?
Philadelphia, PA.
No, we're
He is 10 feet under, and it's all like cement, so people can't like.
Well, they just dug him
all
up not too long ago
They
for
did?
for a History Channel. So
Good for History Channel.
his great grandson, I guess, a direct descendant, was tracing to see if he was still like actively dead in his grave, and
Wow.
if he did certain
It's been
things.
over a fucking 100 years.
And they
Actively dead.
Yeah, what is actively dead?
well, so they
It's not voting. I
They
mean,
think maybe that, at least in a theory that they proposed, that he didn't die when they claimed he died, that he somehow H.H. Holmes'd his way out of that death, and that it was some other guy who died and buried in his grave. But with this dude
killed
being
his
a
ass.
direct descendant, it was him. They did a DNA test.
Yeah. Okay.
But the thought was that he had lived on and had a whole other series of murders that he was responsible for.
Well, while he was killing people here, they had Jack the Ripper in England.
Right.
It was the same time.
Yeah, that's the American Ripper.
Right.
Wow.
Which they never found the Ripper in England.
Do they have an idea? I mean, there's lots of theories.
so
right?
many
There's
theories
there's
on
always
the Ripper.
conspiracies and whatnot.
Right.
I don't think anything's like.
You don't think they'll ever find out for sure?
No. It's too old. I mean, like,
Yeah, right.
And there was no. I mean, you can't really just do anything with blood back then.
Well,
I
the
mean,
story
you'd
now
have to
talks
get caught in the
very-
act,
Right.
and then you're guilty. But they didn't have any.
They didn't have forensics
back then.
I think our culture is ready for an all-star movie based on actual killers,
starring Johnny Depp.
Like, like you remember the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Right.
Like that's basically the premise. Is let's just take all these very strange characters from different timelines. Some are legendary, some were real,
some were
some were
fictitious,
completely fictitious. We're just gonna put them
all in one movie together
and give them something to fight.
Yeah.
And basically it was the Avengers with Sean Connery.
Serial killers. Yeah. Okay.
Avengers Assemble.
But just I think our culture is ready for it.
I
It's
think
probably-
you're right.
Probably a Netflix series.
I think you're
We can
right.
Get 3 seasons. Right.
Not being from this state, I mean, I've lived here for over 10 years now, but like the history of the state, have we ever seen someone who just killed to just fear the public, to make the public fear them?
Jesse James.
That was about
Yeah,
gotcha.
it was wild. Yeah.
I'm talking like modern though, like
Yeah.
I can't think of any in Missouri.
in the 20th century.
Mo, do you remember
Yes,
that
wasn't
dude back
there-
in the day, James Johnson? You remember that guy?
James Johnson.
He was on the run for a long time in Missouri.
Wasn't there a dude in Missouri terrorizing a town and the whole town ganged up on him and shot him?
Oh shit!
No, Skidmore.
Yeah, there.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a bully and had been for a long time,
Like
and
as
everybody
long-
knew
was
it.
he a resident
And,
of that town?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
everybody knew him, and eventually, I mean, nobody is talking, but as the story goes, they basically cornered him in the middle of town with everybody watching, and they just killed him.
Wow.
And everybody saw it, and nobody says nothing.
Yeah, when it came time, they all were like, "We didn't see anything."
Yeah, we don't know what's.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
like
We got to make that movie.
right.
Yeah, I think
and
that's that.
those people are still alive, right?
Oh yeah, this isn't that long.
Yeah, it's not that long ago.
I mean, you have to be a serious asshole just for the whole town to hate you, and you're bullying everyone. And
I mean, that gives that town an enormous swelling, I would think.
Gives me
Because
a big swelling.
anything now.
Right.
I think
It's
what
The Walking Dead.
We just shut up.
12,
We can
right?
get away with anything.
I think what really happened was like one guy in the town, like
just got tired of it.
this is it. I'm taking care of this, and the rest of the town was like, yeah, you.
He 100% Kevin Baconed it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Let's go, town.
All right, you were over here. This is 7 degrees from this.
I'm going to speak at the city meeting thing.
Yeah.
It's not
So he
specific.
just was an asshole. He was just being a total prick to everyone, and then they were just like they ganged up on him and said, "Yeah, fuck out of here."
And I think it was more than just being. I mean, I think he was physically like
beating
them.
like
He
I
was.
think it was like Roadhouse.
Yeah, he was like the jerk that. Yeah,
It was like
always
Roadhouse.
starting stuff.
I bet he had a mullet.
He was Brad Wesley.
He was the real Biff Tannen. Like if Biff
Yes.
Tannen were a
There you go.
real human
Yes.
that literally just walked around on the sidewalks and walked into buildings,
Biff.
went to the bank, and he was just being Biff Tannen. Hey!
Biff is such a douchebag name too, man.
It really is.
Why don't you
Sorry,
make like
Jenny
a
Biff,
tree
it
and
isn't.
split?
What are
Fucking
you looking at,
Biff.
McFly?
McFly.
Make like a tree and get out of here. Say hi to your mom for me.
Yeah, say hi to your mother. What a fucking prick.
Oh, what a prick.
So it's so good. You know how hard it is to like really sell yourself for the rest of your life.
Right.
As being the guy that plays that guy.
And you peak early, too.
Yeah.
You know? What have you done since?
Yeah, he's just counting that Back to the Future money, bro. Just counting it.
See, that's over there in a pile. This
Got
is the Back to
another
the Future
deposit.
2 money.
Here, there's a reboot in the works.
Have you guys ever seen the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode with Michael J. Fox?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen it, Mo?
No.
They're sharing a condo and they're in the same condominium.
Yeah, and like at one point, Larry grabs a soda from Michael J. Fox, and when he opens it, it explodes. And basically, what happens is Larry thinks that Michael J. Fox is using his Parkinson's as an excuse just to do fucked up shit to him. It's pretty brilliant episode.
He's taking advantage of the whole.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, I'm a bigger fan of Michael J. Fox now than I was even when he was young. Like, I just think he's such a great human, man.
Right.
What a model human. Like, to be that high, be at that place in your life, and then have things change the way they changed, and still be so
positive.
Yeah. And
pivot
putting
and
that
roll with it,
energy.
man.
Yeah, like no one really feels like sorry for Michael J. Fox.
What would you
know, they just feel
baby,
like man,
without us.
Yeah.
What would you do?
There's some great covers on YouTube, by the way,
without us.
of this theme song. It's
I
great.
don't know the rest.
I do.
Dude,
We're not going
Family
there.
Ties was a great show.
It was a great show.
Courtney Cox was on there. He was the love interest of Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
I forgot about
had a
him.
chub for her.
Wow.
And she took off on a train. He was like, "Fuck, I got to go home and masturbate."
Mo knows this. Courtney Cox was also in the Springsteen video, right?
That's right. I am that old. That's
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Courtney Cox. That's how she started.
Dancing in the Dark,
Dancing
right?
in the Dark.
Yep.
Really, get out of here.
Yep, she was in that video.
That's how she started.
That
Jennifer
Coopers.
Nino, fucking the boss, showed her the business.
Yeah, he sure did.
It's like, you can come on tour with us, girl.
Boss. Boss.
I'm dancing.
Let's be honest. It was Max, probably.
Bruce does have it's so funny. Like the dude just oozes cool. Even when he speaks, he always talks kind of like
gruffy,
this, you know.
like he wants to
I don't
be
know if you remember
Batman.
he was in Jerry Maguire. Was it
Yeah.
Jerry Maguire? I want to say it was a sports movie.
You talking Max Weinberg?
Oh no.
Max Weinberg.
Weinberg, no.
Are you talking Bruce?
Bruce.
Max
No,
Weinberg.
he did a
He was
movie.
a bunch of shit.
Remember the movie? He had appeared by it was High Fidelity with John Cusack.
Okay, that's right.
He showed up next to the bed, I think, while John Cusack was like dreaming or whatever. And he's
Yeah.
like playing his guitar on
That's
this
right.
box. Like, let me tell you a little about something. And just, you're the coolest.
Get the leather jeans on.
And
with
then
the leather pants.
Then Cusack looks right in the camera and goes, "Thanks, boss." It's like, that's money. That's old Bruce for me.
Straight out of Jersey, motherfucker.
Bruce for the win.
You know, you're a Philly guy. I always meant to ask you this. I'm sure you've already answered this question to a million people before, but the rest of the country has their opinions on the best Rockies. What's Philadelphia's favorite Rocky?
Great
Philadelphia's
question, Jett.
favorite Rocky. I mean, it's pretty torn, but I would have to say the original.
Man.
Yeah, that one felt more.
It's more Philly than anything because that movie was actually filmed in my neighborhood.
Oh, no kidding.
It was filmed like 5 blocks away from where I lived.
Was he chasing the chicken in your neighborhood, or was he?
Yeah,
like,
that was all in Kensington.
Oh,
that was all in Kensington.
That's crazy.
And it's shit.
Matt's front yard.
And it looked shitty with all the trash everywhere. That's how it was.
That's amazing, man.
It was a concrete jungle. Trust me.
That is amazing.
So-
did you know the locations then? Like, did you know that pet store is actually the
Well,
pet store?
like when they filmed Rocky, I wasn't born yet, but then they went back to the neighborhood, and like I think it was Rocky 3 when they all moved back.
Right.
After Rocky lost all the money, and
Better movie, yeah.
like they came back and
Oh no.
we had to fight Tommy the Gun underneath the L stop and all that. That was all in Kensington. I was alive for that. But the original Rocky, I wasn't born yet. But my mom and dad lived there. My dad said he went down and where they were filming at and stuff. He was like,
They remember him filming and shit?
the
original?
My dad did. My mom really didn't.
Yeah, I was going to
Didn't
say, was
care.
it a big deal? Because at the time, Sylvester Stallone was an utter nobody.
So my pop I think his job was near that area, and he would be walking home, whatever.
Was it like an annoyance?
No, I was just like, they're filming a movie, you know what I mean? Like,
They're fucking filming this movie.
it was a shit neighborhood back then. There was trash everywhere.
Did they have like guys on
worn
the
down.
corners singing all the time too?
See, now that part is bullshit. The guys wouldn't be singing. They'd be like looking at you hard as fuck, and if you looked at them, they'd kick your ass. There was nothing about singing. Like, you have Boys to Men on the corner, like, put up. East Coast down.
One of them's holding a cheesesteak.
Hey, everybody, we're on Elkhart in Frankfurt here, just chilling out. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, sir?
Chucking cans of whiz
I
at
always thought that was a little weird.
Instead of them like saying, hey, what's up, Rock? They'd be like, hey, fuck you.
I could tell you it was probably a favor, or it was probably a commitment that they had to make in pre-production.
Isn't that how they got Frank into the movie?
Maybe
so. Yeah.
Yeah, like it had to
Frank
be.
Stallone was in that.
Had to be.
The little foursome on the corner.
It's the only real reason.
And I think at the time when the movie was being made, I think Frank Rizzo was mayor, and he was like the hardest mayor Philly's ever seen.
Frank Rizzo.
He was like
Frank Rizzo.
There was
guy.
There was
vote if I didn't know anything about politics in Philadelphia and I just saw one big sign that said Frank Rizzo. I'm like, he seems like the safe choice. Like I don't think
no one's gonna fuck with Frank.
No one's
Rizzo.
gonna mess with the Frank Rizzo city.
Forget about it.
I don't even need to see him.
Yeah.
He was the Sinatra of Philly.
Right.
He was old brown eye.
Like, hey, motherfucker. Back in 45, I made this song.
It's about your mother. It's called That Lady's a Tramp.
Hey, hit it, Johnny.
Play it, you son of a bitch.
Hey.
All of his friends are like bizarro versions.
They're all Phillied out and shit. Ready to kick some ass.
He's got Lenny Dinkins Jr. Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh my god.
And you're just constantly like anti but really racist daddy. Play it, you little brown bastard. All right, let's go.
But everything you saw in the original Rocky, if you haven't seen it, everything's authentic. The whole neighborhood, except for the band, except for the group of guys like singing a cappella.
To this day, Rocky is my favorite. Rocky. I felt like later,
of course.
I think Stallone later, when he was making the later films, he was like, I need to go back to that vibe.
Yeah.
The vibe that won the Academy Award.
In that movie,
a Rocky movie.
Yeah. In that movie, Rocky does everything for Adrian. Like the reason why he's fighting is because he wants to prove to Adrian that he's somebody, because he was always down on his luck. He worked for these mobsters. He was out collecting money.
He didn't believe in himself.
He was a piece of. He thought that he was a piece of shit, and I thought that.
You know, it's an amazing thing. It makes
really
you become like this magnified version where it's like I have to believe in myself, or this woman or man that I'm in love with will not return the favor.
And,
you know,
and
I have
she
to be
changed,
confident.
and she changed everything for him, just like every woman does for a man. Makes him a better person.
You're right,
ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for Mo.
Everybody.
Mo just took off. I got two really, really good blurry pictures of Mo.
See you, Mo. Have a good one, brother.
Later, brother. Always good to see that guy.
Shout out to Last Flight Brewing Company right here in Jefferson City. Go see them. Go outside, get a growler, enjoy. Take your dog with you. Take your infant baby. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't care.
Take them all.
Yeah,
they welcome everyone. They don't
Babies
discriminate.
won't drink. It's okay. They have popcorn.
Yeah.
No, the babies have to drink. That's a new rule. Who's the next
Nonsense. Pish posh. Also, check out our friends at Hickman Automotive.
60s Spirit.
West Main Pizza.
Who else?
Who are we missing?
I know we're missing
Jeff City
somebody.
Paranormal Society.
That's right. Biscuit Strength.
They're also our Patreon patrons. That's right.
Thank
and
you, guys.
Biscuit Strength.
And our boy from New Zealand, JT.
That's right. Live from Tower Studios. He's putting out new content right now under the Paranormal Sun. Go check him out anywhere.
I'm excited about that.
You get your podcast.
Good
stuff.
So we'll be right back with Jett for the cool down.
Oh, it gets crazy. In the cool
maybe
down.
we'll have some trivia.
Oh yeah, maybe.
We'll
Jett,
see.
you down for some trivia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
We'll be back.
We'll be back, bitches.
Hose.
In the Groove, Vinyl Records and More has the widest variety of new and used music, carrying new and reissued vinyl, used CDs and cassette tapes. In business for over 20 years, offering the best variety and service we possibly can. In the year 2000, we started out as a little hole in the wall, and now In the Groove is a full-service record shop with thousands of records to choose from. Buying rock, jazz, R&B, soul, and blues records, 33s, 45s, and 78s. We also buy CDs and cassette tapes. We've been buying and selling since 2000. In the Groove Groove is a one-stop shop for records, stereo equipment, CDs, and other fun oddities. 708 Jefferson Street, Jefferson City, Missouri. Give us a thumbs up and follow us on Facebook. In the Groove, vinyl, records, and more.
It is time for cool down on old 77.
Now you have to read all the words. It is time for the cool down on the 77. Old 77.
You want me to say the cool down, right?
Well, yes.
The 77.
Right. Well, the old
Okay,
77.
I try it again. It is time for the cool down on the old 77.
Oh, yeah.
That's the longest intro ever on the cool down. Welcome to the cool down, by the way, Jett.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
On the cool down.
Doesn't it feel better in here?
It feels so cool
It really
in here.
does. I feel like
I feel at ease, relaxed.
nothing other than cool is going to happen.
Yeah, the final segment of the old 77 is now the cool down.
That's right.
Well,
Now you
well
can-
branded, man. And
Sponsored by These Nuts.
I'm a sucker for D's nuts jokes, man.
Oh, I
that
love
was,
D's
that was
nuts.
that was really well played.
All right.
Brought to you by D's nuts.
Brought to you by D's Nuts. Welcome, D's.
D.
Fine sponsor to the show.
Rick D's in the weekly top 40.
Anybody listen to Rick D's back in the day?
Yeah, I had to play that show on the station. You know,
Really?
Yeah, it was pop station.
What
is weekend?
What is this? Oh, that's right.
You're about to enter the Trivia Octagon.
Better late than never.
Right.
I didn't even remember it was happening.
I'm over here frantically trying to.
So we haven't done trivia in
trying to talk about Rick D's.
I'm sorry about that. Well, we can talk about Rick D's right now.
Rick D's had
D's nuts.
he had a countdown show, but he also had a #1 song on his own countdown show. Rick D's Disco Duck. Look it up.
Disco Duck.
Yeah,
Disco
late
Duck.
70s, early 80s. Rick D's the DJ made a song that also went #1.
What?
Yeah.
That's fucking terrible.
On his
That just
own.
sounds terrible.
It's like Ryan Seacrest writing a song that goes #1 and
That-
he has to
that
introduce
he would
it.
Turn around, introduce.
Yeah, Carson Daly with the number right.
I'm Carson Daly with Lee's fine ass fingernails. Here's this song. Am I the only one that thought Carson Daly overdid it with the fingernails? They were always painted black.
I think we overdid it with Carson Daly.
You know, that's a good point.
We made him
I
really
was so
popular.
tired of Carson Daly. So
made
bad.
him that, you know, like
Does he still have this show that's on on NBC late at night, like that little half an hour long show?
Carson Daly always has a show.
Okay.
I would hope so.
He'll always have a show.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Rick D's was 71. He's 71 years old.
Rick Dees is still alive.
He lives in Jacksonville.
No.
Okay.
Well.
I think he's got another #1 in him.
Still kicking.
I think he's got a
Probably,
number
yeah.
hit song in him. 71-year-old Rick Dees has something to say, you guys. He's lived a life.
He's actually
There's a lot of heartache.
he's 27 years older than his wife.
Attaboy.
Good for him, right?
Rick D's doesn't fuck around.
Rick Dees, that guy.
Rick Dees is #1 with a bullet right now.
Mm.
Okay.
Or Viagra, I don't know which.
Much respect.
Definitely the blue pill.
Much respect.
He wants to go while he's coming.
He's richer than shit though.
Is he though?
Good for him.
We've all been in radio. Is he though?
Dude, he's syndicated for fucking 30 years.
Well, that don't mean shit. Bob and Tom were syndicated too, and one of them was, I think, broke or something. I don't know.
It's just him. He doesn't have a partner. You know, those guys are partners.
Right.
That's
old school radio where it's just the one dude.
Oh yeah, and the worst shows get as many people on one show as
Right.
possible.
Oh, are you? You mean 3 of them?
So Rick Dees is doing pretty.
You're right.
So he's worth $50 million, Rick Dees.
50 million.
Yeah.
That even seems low to me.
That does seem low.
Rick Dees is like a legend. So it tells us that if we ever became legendary broadcasters at the height of Rick Dees, we would only be making 50 million.
But that's we
wouldn't be a billionaire.
Look at Howard Stern. Howard Stern's 500 million.
That's true. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So we at least need to be Rick Dees level, is what you're telling me. So what you're telling me is there's a chance.
Shoot the moon. Shoot the moon. We're going after Howard.
All right, I think I'm ready for trivia,
Rick
guys.
Dees is where it's
Right on.
He's happy where he's at.
You know, I would think
He doesn't want to be Howard Stern.
He's probably playing golf every day.
I bet he isn't. I bet he stopped playing golf like 10 years ago.
Maybe.
And now he watches golf, but he does it like by a pool.
Yeah, he watches it at a pool getting head.
Someone else answers his own phone for him and lets him know when there's a call.
She's like, hello,
Mr. Dees.
Hello, hold on, I gotta get his dick out of my mouth. Hold on.
Should I answer it? It says, mother.
Yes.
Oh yes, Preston, please do.
No, it's one of those. The woman's calling. Alert! Alert! Mr. Dees.
Guy
It
looks like
appears that your mother is calling.
it's fucking Mr. Belvedere.
Right?
Yes, Jarvis.
Would you like tea time today, sir? No, just blowjobs. Thank you, sir.
What would your Jarvis do if you got to create a Jarvis? Like we know
That's a
Tony
tough
Stark's.
question, man.
We know Tony
He would be
Tony Stark's Jarvis was like mainly like a helper in his shop. You know, give me this. You know,
I think I'm going to
hand me
butter
a wrench.
passer.
A butter passer.
Yeah, Jarvis that just sits on the table and passes butter, and it's aware of its existence, so it just hates itself.
What would be cool is Jarvis actually goes over to the butter, and then part of it like it's a knife like pops out like
Right.
a Swiss Army knife, and then toasts your
Blink,
fucking
Blink, blink.
toasts your bread for you and like puts the butter on
Perfectly
it.
toast the bread, yeah.
You're like, fuck yeah, this is awesome.
Here's your fucking toast. Take it and go away.
Thank you, Scott.
Right. Take it and fuck off.
Your face, Scott.
I think if I could create a Jarvis,
Rolls out of the room.
if I could create a Jarvis, I would get him hired at a job to make a salary, and he would be the best at his job. So he'd have all this intelligence, so it would be whatever job I picked for him. So it'd be like, I want you to be the best astronaut in the history of astronauts, Jarvis. And then I just collect the money because money is worthless to Jarvis.
Right. Good point.
Yeah, that's
Jarvis
true.
just wants to complete the mission.
I think my Jarvis would be around the house. Like Jarvis would like mow my grass, clean my house, like vacuum.
A walking, talking Alexa.
Basically wash the bathrooms. Like because like I hate fucking cleaning, dude. And when I get it, we all have to do it, but damn, it sucks when you're doing it.
What's the thing about what cleaning thing do you hate the most? Me, I hate washing dishes.
That's what I do
I
in my house.
cannot stand the dishes.
Well,
I don't have a problem with dishes.
You don't have a dish.
Laundry.
Yeah.
Laundry.
Me and Scotty are the same.
Laundry.
I don't do laundry. Vacuuming takes time, but I would think like the kitty litter is like the worst thing. And I fucking hate, like, I don't even, I like our cats, but Sarah loves the cats. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, they're, you know.
Where do you keep the litter box?
Downstairs bathroom. And
Up the
it's-
cat's ass.
We keep up on it. It doesn't smell, but it's just a pain in the ass.
Sure is, man.
Fucking hate cats.
And like dog shit, like cleaning up dog shit, that
Right.
sucks too.
Yeah, because they never grow out of it. Like a child eventually learns
Right.
to do it themselves.
Like Sloan is now
becomes
in
hand
underwear,
free.
yeah.
You know, it becomes a hands-free device.
Right, but dogs always shit on the floor. Is that what you're saying?
Get me a beer.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you need your child to get you a beer, things of that nature. But
I like that she can grab her own drinks now. She'll be like, Daddy, I want a soda, or Daddy, I want like a juice or something. I'd be
Yep.
like, go downstairs to the fridge.
Yep, she's
and grab
independent.
it out of it. And she's like, okay, Daddy. And then like everything that I do now, like taking up the trash, I'm like, Sloan, do you want to help Daddy with the trash? Yeah, Daddy, I want to help him with the trash.
Yep.
We're both up there, and she's like, "This is." She's like, "Daddy, this is heavy." I'm like, "Yeah, it is. It's very heavy."
I've had those same conversations with my boys.
Yeah, just like
Strike while the iron's hot, man.
doing
'cause she
chores,
will
like-
do that after a while.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
You know.
She loves helping. She tries to help with chores.
Yep.
So
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool to watch.
It's a beautiful thing to see, man.
It's like this little person, man.
man, I just hope in 16 more years, like she just doesn't turn out to be really lazy and the opposite, like be really cynical.
No, man.
It's like my dad always made me carry heavy things, and that's not even the worst. Yeah,
Right.
like
Gonna be riding in the back of a Trans Am with the T-tops down, smoking. My dad was such a prick.
and meanwhile, Matt's like holding that memory as one of the most cherished of his life.
That's my girl.
That moment when she would like, you know, just help me out with chores, and then
Part Philly too.
It's in my blood. Like when she grabs a battery, she's like, "Why am I grabbing this?
Why am I throwing this at people?"
It just like gravitates towards her.
Is this the biggest one that you have?
Like the Force.
Yeah, it's like Thor and his fucking hammer. It's like
It doesn't seem heavy enough.
It's like, wow, this feels really natural.
This C battery doesn't feel heavy enough. Where are the D's?
You have more.
Where are the D's?
Do we only get one to start?
Snowballs. You guys throw snowballs in the winter? We throw batteries.
We throw batteries wrapped around snow.
Are we keeping score?
Not yet, but we're about to.
I have 5 windshields. How many do you have?
So tell me the real story about the Santa Claus thing.
Sick.
Okay, so everyone knows about how Philly fans threw snowballs at Santa Claus. It happened back in the late 60s. Okay, and here's the true story, man. Like, not a lot of people get to hear the true story.
That's what
They
it's
just
about.
the abbreviated, like, Philly fans suck.
Yeah.
And they
Right.
threw snowballs.
What was the context?
And they also throw batteries.
What was the context?
The context was Santa was this fucking degenerate drunk who was at the game. It was freezing cold out. Guy was drinking whiskey. And he was harassing other fans, like children, like just like,
Oh man.
like teenage kids and stuff like that. And so the fans in that section of the stadium became really irritated with this guy.
Mhm.
And so they started fucking hammering him with fucking ice balls and snowballs. I'm sure if batteries were around back then, they'd throw some batteries at him.
Tons of balls.
But that's what happened. Like, you always get that, that's just sliced off the top of the story
The
and just
headline.
put it out there.
Dude, that's a 30 for 30.
You don't get to hear what exactly.
That's a whole ass doc.
You don't get to hear what exactly happened. Why these people threw snowballs at Santa Claus? They
The whole
just didn't see Santa Claus and like, hey, fucking Santa, let's go get him, man.
well, the whole thing.
I'm thirsty. I need to get some water. Come on, let's go get the.
Right, for sure. Like the whole thing for
Did you order a Yingling?
the people on the outside, people like me on the outside, like we've always just heard it as, oh, Philadelphia sports fans. Yeah,
They're the worst. They're the worst. Yeah.
Snowballs are Santa Claus.
Right.
And it's like, okay, but what's the actual context?
Right.
What happened?
And that's what happened.
That's
And then
amazing.
like from there, the reputation and back then it was newspapers,
Right.
which is kind of like if it goes national, then you're like really fucked because you only get to see it once, and everyone's just like, and then just it's word of mouth from there.
Right.
Yeah.
That was our social media back then. People actually fucking talked to each other and talked about the news and and Philly
Right.
fucking Santa Claus gets pegged by snowballs. There was another instance where the Eagles were playing the Dallas Cowboys back in the early 90s. This is when the rivalry was like at its peak, dude. Like they just
the Cowboys were winning. all
hated
the
each other.
Super
So they were
Bowls
leaving.
and-
So it just snowed like
Troy
3
Aikman.
days before this Eagles Cowboys game in Veterans Stadium. And after Dallas won this game. So as Jimmy Johnson was leaving, there was 2 security guards with him. Philly cops, might I add.
Okay.
And they were throwing fucking ice balls at Jimmy Johnson. One hit him in the head.
Damn.
The others were like just, fucking peppering off the the police officers. Philadelphia police officers. Boo. They were just booing this guy. You can see the ice balls just crushing
Boo
him.
this man.
And you have people throwing them from the fucking 500 level.
That's crazy.
So Veteran
the
Stadium.
gravity of it. Like,
If you don't know what Veteran Stadium is, Veteran Stadium was it was like Busch Stadium.
Right.
It was a concrete fucking monstrosity.
yeah, turf.
And, you have the 700 level, which is like, it's like a fucking skyscraper watching a game.
Unbelievable.
Like you're on top of a skyscraper
Was
watching
it
down.
stadium style seating, or was it even tighter than that?
No, it was stadium style seating.
Yeah.
Well, that story was so well told that I am now going to correct anybody that ever brings that cliche phrase up that Philly fans are terrible. They even booed Santa Claus.
Now you know the backstory.
Now I know the
Boo.
whole story, and I'm
Yeah.
going to tell people. I'm going to be like, you take that back.
That's good, man.
These are good people.
He was a drunk. He was a son of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, let me just say, they're still assholes. Like if I ever said, if you ever want to meet 60,000 assholes at one time, go to an Eagles game.
To an Eagles game.
Well, so my dad and I, this was when I first started working at, we had this national lady. She was working out of Philadelphia. She worked for the Penn State network, but she was doing a lot of national stuff for them as well, handling like national accounts. So she came in for a tour at our job. Damn it, I just said it. After 72
Don't
episodes.
worry about it, man.
Anyway,
Got to.
she was like, oh, so you're an Eagles fan, huh? And I was like, yeah. She's like, well, we have tickets. My husband and I can't go to the game that weekend. And I was like, well, I'm taking my bye weekend, and I could, if you don't mind.
totally
She's like,
going.
absolutely. I'll leave him at the I'll leave him at the offices there in Philly. And I knew where the offices were, so I went by, picked the tickets up. So my dad and I went to that game. It was a blowout by halftime. We got there kind of late because you had to go through like security and all that stuff, and, like metal detectors and whatnot. It was a true pain in the ass. My dad was so mad. Like by the time we got to our seats, he's like, "It took forever to get to our fucking seats."
Things are happening.
So as we're getting into our row and we're like making our way to our seats, and I don't know who the fuck said it, but someone up top there in that section of the stadium was like, "Sit down, you faggots." My dad looked at me. I was like, "Dad, what are you gonna do? Like, honestly, float the whole section? No." And we sat down, and then by halftime, the game was over, and I was like, and my dad's like, "Do you want to go to like the sports bar and watch this?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here." He was like, "Sit down, you faggots!" Like some guy, some uneducated fucking moron out there. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's no reason to like.
Do you think
call someone that? They're trying to get to their seats, man.
I think
That's a very Philly thing to do, I feel like.
I think that only comes though when you're losing.
Yeah,
like when
that's a
your
good point.
teams are losing and going through the worst of it, like the fans.
Everybody's grouchy.
And yeah,
this
team
team's
is
like
long
good
enough, like it becomes generations of frustration, and then that manifests.
It does, yeah, and that's what happened before. Like, so when the Phillies won in 2008, it kind of relieved a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like being a person who hasn't been laid in a while. You're just kind of
Right.
you're just like
No, it was a
angry,
big
and you're like, because jerking off just doesn't count.
Right.
Like,
It gets old
you
after
want
a while.
to get a victory,
Right.
and so in 2008, Philly like kind of released that energy, had a giant celebration, giant fucking parade,
Jizz everywhere.
and then the Eagles didn't win until 2017. So you're talking like 9 years, 9 years without a championship.
That's a lot
And
of
so the
built-up frustration.
the anxiety and the frustration built back up with the fan base, and here they are. And my dad and I are at the Eagles game, and someone calls us a bunch of faggots. Sit down, you faggots! I'll never forget that.
Oh my god!
I'm like, what? Like,
The worst.
that?
That's the worst energy.
Like I go, dude. I went to fucking.
Dang, dude.
I went to an Eagles Chiefs game.
Will you leave?
We all went. Sarah got us tickets to go see the Eagles Chiefs in Arrowhead. It was one of the greatest experiences that I've had watching a professional team play.
Wow.
Maddie saw Jesus.
Not
Jesus.
only was the tailgating great, but then the fans were amazing inside. Even though I was decked out in my Eagles stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not one person was just like, "Hey, fuck you."
Oh, right.
Like if you go to Lincoln Financial Field with the opposing jersey on, watch out. You're going to get heckled.
Yeah.
Right.
You're going to get a battery thrown at you.
Yeah.
Were the Chiefs winning at the time?
Yeah. Oh yeah. they
Yeah.
were.
Okay. Yeah. Because like if they were losing, I'm a Chiefs fan, so I know the depths of how much I hated the Raiders. Like I'll always hate the Raiders. But this year, I don't hate the Raiders like I usually hate them. I'm like, leave us alone.
Yeah.
But for a lot of years, they were better, and I had terrible thoughts.
I am guilty though. I am guilty. I was an Eagles game.
Like
I was
praying for ACL tears. That's bad.
I was an Eagles
energy.
fan at Arrowhead watching
Lex
the
is
Chiefs,
back, man.
and then all of a sudden, to my left, like 4 seats down, I see a fucking Cowboys fan with a jersey on.
They're everywhere.
So I had to say something. Sarah's like, "Don't say anything." I went, "Hey, buddy, why are you here? Your team is playing in Texas today. Why the fuck are you wearing that jersey right now? I just want to know. Are you here to troll?" The guy's like, "What's the matter with you?" I was like, "I want to know why you're here with that jersey on." There is no reason. There's the Eagles and the Chiefs playing.
Right.
There should only be 2 jerseys. That's like going to a Yankees Red Sox game and I'm wearing like fucking
Marlins jersey.
Marlins jersey.
Yeah, right,
The
right.
Marlins, man. But he's like, he raises money when he does that.
Yeah,
shit.
he does. Yeah.
But like, that's me going with like this And you knew that like the Cowboys are rivals with the Eagles. So why the hell would you do that?
The only reasonable, this is only reasonable explanation that he would ever do that is because simply he doesn't know anything about football. He doesn't care about football, really didn't want to be there. He's there as a favor.
Yeah.
He went into a store. He asked the first person he saw with a name tag, "Can I have a football jersey?"
No.
No.
They just randomly gave him a jersey.
Cowboy fans do this shit. They
Really?
Even when they suck, dude, they go out and they're like, "Oh, we won fucking 6
It's
Super
really
Bowls,
true.
whatever the fuck it is." Or
It's really true what you're saying.
4 Super Bowls they've won. They haven't won shit since fucking 1996.
Dude, it was 30 years ago.
Get over yourselves, you fucking Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
Get over
Like
yourselves.
it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Walmart had so much Cowboys gear.
Oh,
now they have none.
And they're all old broadcasters now, so they're all in the booths. They've got the mics, they got the TV time, and so it's like, let's not forget those '90s Cowboys teams.
America's team.
That's right. It was America's.
Reminds me an awful lot of Emmett Smith, if you know what I mean.
A lot of people.
No, I don't.
A lot of people in Texas hate the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So it's not like, they're fucking, they won the public in Texas.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of people who hate them. So.
A lot of Texan
that
fans.
fan base is just really spread out, though.
It's a big old state.
There's a Cowboys jersey in every nook and cranny.
Oh God,
America.
yes.
Every nook, every cranny. I like just saying nook.
Every
cranny.
sewer.
I don't know what either of those objects are.
I don't know. Yeah.
Every prison cell, there's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
I'd rather find
Every pederast house, there's a
That's
Cowboys
100%
fan.
true. That's all truth.
Everybody that's got a barbed wire tattoo around their butthole.
It's funny because I have a couple of friends who are Cowboy fans.
Too far?
They're totally fine. So, but I
Really?
hate the jerk offs who aren't from Dallas, like the Cowboy fans in Philly.
Yeah.
Like they're born in Philadelphia. You should not even like the Cowboys. Like, why do you even?
It's because it was cool in the 90s.
You know what
and they
they
stuck with it.
But do you know what local sports media call those people? The Cowboy fans that are from Philadelphia?
What?
They literally say they're cockroaches on the internet. They call them fucking cockroaches. You're a fucking cockroach.
You gotta call them the way you see them.
That's so fucking.
You call it the way.
It's like calling someone a fucking
Dallas Cowboys
douchebag or
fans are
something.
cockroaches.
Cockroaches.
Hey, you're a fucking cockroach. What do you
I
want?
love that the local news
Yeah.
actually says
The sports radio people call them cockroaches.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. Anyway, we were supposed to do some trivia, right, Dave?
Yeah.
That trivia.
Got totally sidetracked with Philadelphia lore.
Yeah.
Philly cockroaches.
All right, so Jett has chosen to do like classic country music.
Classic country.
trivia, which is not what I would have guessed, but
From the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
What would I should have actually asked for suggestions.
too late now, fucker.
Really, no, you're committed.
Well, what would you have suggested?
I don't know. I did have the thought that Chiefs, since you were a huge Chiefs.
Oh, talking ball? Yeah, we could sit down. Yeah, we
But
could
it's
have
too
done
late
that.
now, man.
No, you're right. You're right.
now.
It is too late.
I've already written them down.
It is too late.
Okay.
I've already written them down. Damn.
Here we go.
All right, you ready?
All right.
Everything.
Question number one.
Question number one.
Oh, yeah.
I was born in 1923. My band was the Drifting Cowboys. My hits included Moanin' the Blues and Cold, Cold Heart.
Cold, cold heart. Hank Williams.
Ding, 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 ding.
It was a cold, cold heart. I'm going to sing every song, okay?
Very nice.
Karaoke time.
Karaoke time for Maddie.
Creepy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Question number two.
Question number two. All right.
Now, see, this question is not a country question to me because Janis Joplin also sang the same song. Me and Bobby McGee were busted flat in where?
Baton Rouge.
Ding, 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 ding.
Dingity ding. That's two
Maddie,
for
you want me to
two.
give you a hand signal? When you
Another
get
one.
I hate to interject.
You're fine. No, you're good.
I actually thought you were going to ask who wrote the song.
Oh, well, you know who that is.
Yeah, Chris Christopherson.
Got it.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
So that's a bonus.
Sure, why not?
Right there.
Bonus question.
You're doing good, dude. You're
Just
doing
riding through this like a hot knife through butter, baby.
Now, this one is like super duper easy.
Okay.
Which artist came out with the song I Walk the Line in the 1950s?
I'm going to go ahead and mark
Some
that.
hard
Johnny
one.
Cash.
Ding, ding.
Wow, that was a really hard
Go ahead
one.
and
I know.
mark that one.
Well,
Wow,
they're
Dave.
He's throwing some softballs here.
Get hard.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for his slider.
Oh, this will be
his cutter. I hear he has a good cutter.
This would be question 5.
Usually Dave ends careers in trivia.
I do. I've caused grown men to cry in this room.
Dave.
Angel was literally crying in the studio.
Dude, Angel got some hard fucking questions,
He did.
though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jet's getting like, do you like to breathe air?
Right.
I would say yes.
What?
You want multiple choice? Okay, question number 5.
Question 5.
She often sings about her modest upbringing in Tennessee, where she was one of 12 children living with her parents in a one-room cabin.
Oh man. It's between two people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess. Let's see. I'm gonna guess Loretta Lynn.
No.
Oh, was it Dolly?
Yeah, it was Dolly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Were you gonna say Dolly?
Well, yeah. Loretta Lynn became famous for coal miner's daughter.
That's
so
what I was thinking.
I guess she's from West Virginia.
Dolly and those big old titties.
It's all right, man.
Hey, them puppies got to eat too.
You had it down to a 50-50. It's all right, man. Shake it off.
All due respect, Dolly.
Oh, I feel
respect.
good.
It's the first one you missed.
Question number 6.
You know she was rocking that shit. She knew she was doing that.
My question is, what the fuck did Jolene look like?
Jolene.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, Jolene had to be amazing.
Because Dolly is basically saying, I got no shot to stop you.
Right.
I'm literally begging you, just do it for the sake of doing it.
Right. If you're going to take my man, don't do it, please. He's all I got.
Yeah.
Right.
I know you're
Jolene-
way hotter than me.
Right. You could probably bounce a dime off Jolene's ass.
But nobody want to talk
this
about
day.
that.
Right. Still
She
to
was a
this
hot
day.
chick.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn whore walking around the bar trying to steal
And
men.
you know that there would be at least one person out of that group that would be like, I don't know, she's all right.
Right. Yeah, Dolly's husband.
I'm just kidding. By the way, Jolene's a fictional character, so I can call her a whore. She doesn't exist. And,
She's a whore.
You're canceled, Maddie.
oh my god, I'm canceled.
Because of Jolene, she's a whore.
See you motherfuckers later.
So we are on question number 6.
Yeah, this is number 6.
Yeah.
Quite a talented man, this musician, songwriter, actor, and NASCAR driver was known for his exquisite voice.
Oh, repeat that again. I'm sorry.
Quite a talented man, this musician, songwriter, actor, and NASCAR driver was known for his exquisite voice.
Which one is that?
Man. And actor and race car.
Yeah, man, you're going back way too far.
This is the 70s.
Yeah, I guess. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, right?
Is it Chris Christopherson?
No.
No.
I'm trying to think of
no.
another actor. That was good.
Marty Robbins.
Marty Robbins. Yes.
See, y'all were
El
joking around
Paso.
about how easy my questions were. Y'all talk shit.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you talk shit.
Yeah, I'm like in Mike
Dave
Tyson.
just got hot.
I'm like in Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and I forgot the buttons. And like Dave is like wailing on me right now, and he's
You beat Glass Joe and another
Right.
fucking guy.
I
King
barely
Hippo,
beat
whatever.
him.
Now you got to face Dave,
Right.
Iron Dave.
Iron Dave.
and I forgot the button.
We're going to fight now, bitches.
All right. Question
Number 8.
Wait. No, question number 7.
This is number 7.
Question number 7.
You fuckers.
Which song was sung by Tammy Wynette, who spelled out the title in the song?
Divorce.
Ooh, and let's give him a bonus point for the spelling.
No.
Yeah. Come on, man.
No, I won't allow that. Okay. Here we go. Question number 8.
Question number.
Thanks for being a rational human being, Scott.
I know, man.
Who sang Rock Island Line?
Oh, I don't. What was it? Rock Island Line.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've never heard of that song.
I've never heard of it. Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Rock Hard Line.
Rock Island Line.
Rock
Hard
Island
Line is
Line.
the porno version.
Did we just get that wrong?
Yeah,
We'll wipe that one off the board.
Yeah, we should have a Pornhub search for some of these random songs.
No, we should not.
What comes up when you
Rock.
No, we should not.
Rock Hudson's hard.
Hard rock.
All right.
Got all the ladies and the dudes.
Okay, that's that's 4 in a row now, Jett. That I've knocked you down.
Yeah, man. No, I'm like
You've
I felt
taken
really.
one off.
I felt here's the truth, you guys, and here's the truth to anyone listening. I felt really confident because I listened to a fucking Randy Travis song on the way over here.
Yeah.
And so I chose classic country. I'm feeling really confident
Hell
in my
yeah.
nostalgia level. And this is what I get for overconfidence.
Question number 9.
It's karma. It's a lesson in karma.
Here's a softball.
It's humbling.
Okay. It is humbling.
Choose the missing word. You're cheating.
Hard.
There you go.
I felt that. That felt a little. That felt a little like charity.
I know it was.
That's because it was.
It's okay.
Question number 10.
Question number 10.
Sending you mother.
Damn, is this the pinnacle?
No, this is it. This is for all the cheese.
Okay.
The last.
There was cheese involved. I would have picked a
last
different
one of the penultimate.
Some ultimates.
No, and nobody fucking said it.
Pick the subject of cheese. If I knew I could get cheese.
We haven't said penultimate, and
We haven't said penultimate.
I know.
That's a great word.
It's a great word.
penultimate.
Usually 9 is always the penultimate question.
Yes, it is.
All right, here we go. Final
All right,
question, boys.
So none of it matters. Here we go.
I was born, and if you know the answer before I finish the question, go for it. I was born in Bakersfield, California in 1937. I was in the audience when Johnny Cash did his San Quentin prison concert. I took up picking and singing in 1960. Did I hear somebody?
Was
say?
it Merle Haggard?
Good job. Good job, sir.
Another legend.
Yeah, that dude lived a life, man. A tough life, man. He served
Right.
time.
Did you say good enough?
No.
Oh, I thought he was like, good enough.
There's a bunch of documentaries out on all those old country guys.
Said.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers, another fucking old school guy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Actually, yeah. When I was thinking classic country, I am pretty old, but I'm not that old. I was thinking like the 80s and 90s, like George Strait, Garth Brooks, Brooks and Dunn era.
Yeah, it's like classic.
Yeah.
Right?
Brooks and Dunn was good shit.
Yeah, I like to call it shit kicking country.
Neon Moon.
Garth Brooks is
Neon.
Yeah, on the neon.
All right, so
yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
Love
So
that
Jett,
song.
you got 6 out of 10 correct. Now, Scotty, was there a bonus or something else?
Yes, we had one bonus question.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll give him a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. That's a C minus.
Not bad.
Not
You
bad.
know, we've got a lot of things to work on and practice on Monday. So what we're going to do is going to take what we see on tape, really study it, and get prepared for Philadelphia.
You did give it 110%.
I did.
Baseball, but
That's more than 100, man.
Yeah.
That's more than my best.
And there was no steroids involved.
It was a good showing, man.
Yeah. I wish there were some steroids involved.
I so badly.
Tune in
Have you ever,
next week.
have you ever
We
taken?
dropped Philly. I so badly want to be like, hey, faggot.
I wonder if people ever talk about that, like steroid users, like heavy steroid users, like you want to get together, like do some steroids, or what do you want to do?
Do you work out though? You're
It's like,
oh man, that was great.
dude, I got
I just took.
I got a steroid room. You'll love it. It's totally decked out.
See, I feel like steroid users probably don't call them steroids, right? They call them
Yeah.
like roids or
I think
juice.
steroids, you had
Yeah.
to keep them refrigerated. Like you have to have like a fridge. So like in your steroid room, you would
have a
steroid.
I got a guy that shoots us in the ass. Come over to my
you would
place.
have to.
We'll roid up.
You have to be a doctor, I would presume. I mean,
You wouldn't
it's-
have to be a doctor.
It's
no.
yeah.
Like women used to do it too back in.
I've known some dudes that
like
took
the Germans, the women. Was it the basketball team or some shit?
Probably.
The women team back in the 80s.
Probably.
They tested for a mild beaver tranquilizer.
No, they were like growing.
God damn it, Bernie!
Dude, they were so popped on steroids that they were growing facial hair and shit.
Whoa,
yeah. There's a Google it if you're at home right now. Google it.
Check out the German forward with the mustache.
Stop! Oh, that's so nice.
I make candy with this mustache.
You sound like the nihilist from
Yes.
from
Want a toe? I can get you a toe.
Oh yeah.
Give me 5 minutes, I get you a toe with fingernail polish and everything.
So next week we have the Jeff City
Paranormal
Society on with us.
I'm so excited for that one.
It's
gonna be a good one.
we're weeks away from Halloween, and it's a perfect. I mean, tonight was even a perfect Halloween episode. Well, Halloween-ish because we were talking about serial killers and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
But next week is going to be brilliant because Matt.
They are fresh off of the castle. I believe they just did one 2 weeks ago, an investigation at a castle.
Yeah, they live streamed it, I believe. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I think I was watching it.
And it's a very when they're in here, it's very interesting.
Yeah,
because
they bring the vibe.
We try to just pick their heads about certain situations they're in, and a lot of it, it's just we enjoy it. It's great. So as you guys, they're listening to it right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't wait for next week, guys.
Hell yeah.
And a big ups to them because the Jeff City Paranormal Society, Biscuit Strength, our boy Taylor, the guy who brought in all this stuff and we were bending it left and right. Like I've got a frying pan that we bent. Maddie's arm still isn't right.
Whoa.
He old manned his arm out.
But hey, we did a good job, all three of us.
None of us signed waivers.
I bent a frying pan in half, Jeff.
Yeah, man.
Do you believe that?
Really?
I did. I bent a frying pan.
Nails over there that we all bent too.
Yeah, we're actually pretty fucking strong.
No, we're not. We're not at all.
I heard.
No, we are not at all. I watched this dude take a horseshoe and bend it into a heart.
In the shape of a heart.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And his story was the best. It was like, hey man, this guy just came up. Was like, I got this stuff. You want to bend it? Fuck yeah, I want to bend it.
Whoa.
That's the kind of guy Taylor is, man. He's up for whatever.
And the funny thing is, like when you're doing this in front of him, you think, he's going to judge me, but he's like, nah, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he handed me a pack of cards that was already half torn. He's like, oh, look what you did. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, man, that was a fun show.
Big thanks to Taylor, and big thanks to our boy JT at the Paranormal Sun, too. All the way in Auckland, New Zealand.
Auckland.
Yeah. Give him a check out.
Speaking of, we're gonna get JT on the show soon too.
Absolutely, we got to get him back on.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Also, if you have a Halloween story, well, for our Halloween show, we want your story, whether it's paranormal, if you see something in the sky, if something crazy happened to you,
somebody follow you home, you didn't like it,
whatever, something in that kind of genre, tell us about it.
Creepy.
Yeah.
You can stay anonymous. We don't care.
Yeah. You can send us an email, the old 77podcast@gmail.com. You can also, Dave.
You can call us on the listener line, 573-246-0779.
Give us a call.
Jett, thanks for coming out tonight, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, brother.
I know we're planning on having you in the next couple of weeks.
That's right.
We want to talk about your new movie coming out.
Yeah, let's shoot some movie.
Let's do it.
Let's do that too. Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, and also shout out to our homie Mo Lewis who came and
joined us. Mo Lewis. Oh, what's up, brother?
Yeah, how can we
thanks for swinging by, man.
Yeah. Just thank everybody for listening.
Episode 73 in the books.
He's nuts.
See you next week.
On the old 77.